So before we start off the video, I just want to let you guys know that this video turned out to be a lot longer than we expected. So we're going to cut it off and we're going to do a part 1 and also a part 2. So make sure to stay tuned, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you guys can check out the part 2 if you would like to. Hopefully you guys stick up till the end. See ya. Yo, what is up YouTube? Hope you guys having a great day. And today guys, this is gonna be a different video from usual, okay? We are gonna talk about the actual state of Call of Duty, okay? I know that this has been a lot controversial. I've been having a lot of discussions on Twitter and on Facebook about Call of Duty as of right now, and I really want to make this video. I really wanted to. So, disclaimer real quick, if you don't like Call of Duty, if you've never played Call of Duty ever, you can click off the video if you want. If not, there's gonna be gameplay in the back so you guys can check it out and just hang out with me, try to, understand what I'm actually trying to say. Anyways, for those of you guys who've been solicited to be here, okay, what I really want to do is make a community-based driven video, okay? I really want you guys to comment down below the video, to go on Facebook and talk about it, to go on Reddit and give me all your suggestions. If I'm there, okay, if I notice the comment, I'm gonna reply to you. We're gonna have a discussion. And if this gets big, I might create even a Discord for part 2 video or something, because this is kind of a long video. This is going to be like 10 minutes plus, I think. Without further ado, let's start with the topics. Okay, so first and foremost, what I really want to talk about is content. What I mean about this is what we're actually getting in terms of, content in the game for the same price point that we were paying 6 years ago. Let's say Black Ops 1. So I'm going to make the comparison with Black Ops 1, 2, 3, and 4 because they're all Treyarch Studios, and we're going to see what we're actually getting in this timeline. So here around, we're gonna pop the numbers on the screen for you guys real quick. So made in 2 years, Black Ops 1 had 31 primary guns, 11 secondaries, and 14 original maps. Okay. Then Black Ops 2 was also made in 2 years and had 28 primary guns, 10 secondary guns, 14 original maps, and 1 remake map being Nuketown from Black Ops 1. Made in 3 years, which was Black Ops 3, 25 primary guns, 6 secondaries, 12 original maps, 1 remake map being, of course, Nuketown. And nonetheless, Black Ops 4 made in also 3 years. We have 20 primary guns, 7 secondary guns, 10 original maps, and 4 remake maps. Anyways, so what we can actually see in this picture that Nero posted is we are getting less 11 primary guns than Black Ops 1 offered to us, less 4 secondaries, and less 4 original maps. If you count the 4 remake maps, which are Summit, Firing Range, Slums, and Jungle, okay? 3 of them, okay, being Jungle, Summit, and Firing Range being from Black Ops 1. This means that this game is, and we all know this, okay? This is a fact. This game is the recyclement of every single Call of Duty. We have the specialists. Most of them are recycled from Black Ops 3 games, okay? And yeah, so we're actually paying the same price point, the $60 version, and if you want to upgrade for $110 and pay the DLC, which is another topic that we're going to talk about real quick, we're actually getting a lot less content based on the game. So this is something. This shows something, shows that really, I don't know. They could say that it's because of the developments, the inspect weapons, all that good stuff, the details, the camos and stuff, but the truth is, we're getting 11 less primary guns. I don't really care about secondaries, to be honest, but primary guns, 11 less. So, yeah. So for the second topic, we're actually going to talk about microtransactions and Season Pass on Black Ops 4. So, microtransactions have been around Call of Duty since basically ever, and we've had multiple DLC map packs every year in the form of Season Pass or sold individually, and the problem with this is that they're locking potential good content behind a paywall that not everyone is willing to pay for it. And although it's the same every year, this year's Black Ops Pass had a lot of backlash. The entire community was asking for no Season Pass, since even EA decided to make Battlefield 5 DLC free. Well, even though the community got together and tried their best, Activision didn't really care and kept the idea going, and ultimately they got away with it, and we got ourselves the same Season Pass. They, after that, announced that the game would have some sort of battle pass, just as Fortnite, but free of charge, and we're actually got pretty excited to it. Multiple people on the community got excited to it. I got excited to it too. I thought even though the Season Pass is still here, we got ourselves new loot, and new cosmetics to earn, which is also pretty nice since we all love all those flashy characters and stuff. But being Activision, they tried once again to ruin one good development, and they did make it worse. We've got ourselves a battle pass with 200 tiers. If I'm recalling them correctly, it was Operation First Strike that had 200 tiers, and every tier took you about an hour and a half or even 2 hours of playtime. And when I mean about playtime, I mean about in-game time, not the time that you actually spend on in-game lobbies and stuff. No, actually playing the game. And a couple of days later, they introduced the option to buy tiers and even further the blackjack shop. Even after all this, with at least not only reskins of the guns and nothing really in the operation that could compromise the effect of the game. So I didn't really feel any need personally to buy any of those tiers, and keep in mind that we're at the point in the game that we didn't had any of those daily skip tiers. We will really have to play every tier from now and then, or actually pay $2 or $1 a tier. But this is when things start to get interesting. When second Operation Absolute Zero came out, we've got a new operator, Zero, and also the tiers were cut in half, being only 100 instead of the 200 they made. Just as Fortnite, 100 tiers, pretty clean. The time to pass a tier was also kind of cut in half, so you only had to play for an hour to get one tier, so it would actually make it so you have to spend over 100 hours in a month and a half, I think. But they also introduced a daily skip tier, which this made for is you had to complete a challenge, and if you complete that challenge, you got instantly a tier done. You didn't have to play an hour. So if you didn't want to play Call of Duty for that long, you could just go ahead, launch the game, make the challenges, and then go back to the other games that you have and still have at least one tier done per day. So at this time, improvements were kind of made, and we noticed them. I noticed them, and I get. But at the same time, they decided to had guns and locked them behind tiers. More exactly, tier 50 and tier 100. So being a tier 1 hour, theoretically in game, you'll have to spend 50 hours to get to the 15 tier. Yeah, but still, to get to tier 100, you would have to play around 100 hours. Or 50 hours if you count the daily skip tiers. And the main problem with the season pass is that they're locking potential good content behind a paywall that we shouldn't be paying off if we already have to pay $60 for the standard version, right? And since every year less people seem to like and enjoy the idea of having to buy a season pass that costs them $50+, which, let's be honest, it's basically you're gonna pay another game and you're not getting for it, okay? You're getting maybe 8 maps and the original game has 14. So less $10 for this map count should not be $50. And since the population seems to be decreasing every year, it's getting smaller to the point that after a month of the map being released, you can't seem to find a lot of games in those playlists. So if they actually decide to make this free, there would be actually more content to the game, actually more rotation of the maps and more competitive play even. And people would have more reasons to come ahead and play their game, you know? Because they had their new free map that everyone would like to try out. And they would make that the DLC maps would be actually useful and used compared to what they are now. And this is kind of brings us to the lack of content that Black Ops 4 has been having since its lifetime. We're 4 months old into the game cycle. And all we had is 3 DLC maps for multiplayer, I think 2 for zombies, and 4 DLC guns. Yes, we also got Nuketown and we also got Firing Range Night, but those are reskins and remakes of previous maps, so we're not gonna count that as original content. Because those same reskins and those same remakes do not make the game original. They don't give any originality to the game. They don't really have much to the equation. So, plus, the first weapon tuning was made a few days ago, and we've been 4 months old into this game. So, the question is, why will we pay $60 for an incomplete game that asks you for a $50 paywall to get 8 more maps, okay, and locks DLC guns behind having to grind out the game or either buying the tiers, and it can't even launch League Play on launch, and I'm not even saying that League Play should be on launch. I mean, I was actually hyped when they said that they were gonna had it in December, but then they decided to delay it multiple times, and we got League Play I think 1 week ago, and people still say that League Play needs a bunch of other updates, that it's not correct, that people are playing less skilled players, and that's not the point. It seems like pubs with competitive rule set. And this had slim to no content originality to the game, because like we've talked about, we have 10 original maps, 4 remakes, being 3 of them from Black Ops 1 and 1 from Black Ops 2, and also being a triple title studio or triple title game. You're actually expecting a whole lot more than you would expect from Epic, for example, that made themselves off Fortnite, but still had updates every week and grant DLC content to every single player of their community, right? And let's actually not forget about Party Rock. I'm gonna post here on the screen. Party Rock at the moment in the Blackjack shop is costing $7. Yo, for those you don't know, Party Rock is a reskin camo or a refurbished camo, whatever you want to call it, from Black Ops 2. And it only used to cost $2 instead of the $7 they're asking for right now. The thing is, they're adding emotes and banners and stickers to it, but nobody really cares about the emotes and the stickers. You should have a proper, place to buy those kind of stuff. If you want the camo, you really just want the camo, you pay the $2, but they're making it so you have to pay $7. Even though if you would want to pay the $7 for it, okay, you still have to grind 5 hours of your time to get the camo that you just bought. And you know why? Because they lock it with tiers too. If you want to get the camo instantly, you'll actually have to buy it, and it will cost you around $12, which is more $10 than the original camo was, for getting stuff that probably you don't like, or probably you don't even care. But I can't really say that this is all Activision's fault, and here's why. Well, we've had IW and World War II, and those systems, even though they weren't perfect, they were much better than Black Ops 4's system. So even being introduced to reserve crates, it even makes it for a better system on IW and World War II, because the reserve crates are actually bullshit. I think the reserve crates are scam. Okay, they're a complete scam. Please do not buy reserve crates. In your right mind, do not spend your money on gambling. Do not do it. But anyways, we cannot complain and actually take on Activision for everything that's been going on COD. So let's actually go back, okay, and revisit some other Call of Duties. So for example, we've had World War II, and that system was quite nice. And IW, even though they had the variants, the system was decent, to say the least. It was much better than Black Ops 3, no doubt, and I wouldn't say better than Black Ops 4, but definitely on par with it, because the grind is the same basically. And right now, as we have it, we still get supply drops, so it's basically the same. So why did Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer Games made games where you could actually unlock guns for free and then, or throughout the season pass, and Black Ops 4 doesn't? And this happened on multiple occasions. If you think about that, Black Ops 3, even though supply drops were introduced on Advanced Warfare, they actually made it even better on Black Ops 3. They milked that cow for a way that a lot of people were spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars to get the new guns and the new DLC guns, the new camos, and they exploited the system perfectly, okay? The marketing was there, they made it perfectly to get that money. What I think is, since if we go to Black Ops 2, if we go even further down the line, if we go to Black Ops 2 were the first game to really introduce DLCs. What I mean by this, they introduced the first DLC gun in a map pack, which was the Peacekeeper. So they've always been in the front in terms of DLCs and how to make people hyped for a game and want to buy stuff, right? Now, this is arguable because, you don't actually know if they under pressured more than the other studios. And if that's the case, I would really understand, because Treyarch, it's supposedly and makes the better games on the Call of Duty franchise. It wouldn't be too much of a surprise if they get more pressure than other studios to make more money. But since I don't have a complete information on that, I'll have to go that Treyarch, it's around this scummy move too. So third topic is going to be operators or specialists and also weapons on Black Ops 4. So this has a lot of mixed opinions, but in my opinion, I personally enjoyed specialists on Black Ops 3. I think it gave character to the game and more progression to it, but Black Ops 4, I don't think specialists should be on this game by any means necessary. Point of Call of Duty was always run and gun, kill everyone, and in this game, it's not that. I would go ahead and even say that it promotes camping like no other game does. In this gameplay, you'll notice that I got killed multiple times by Torques camping inside houses with guardians and barbed wires. Torque is probably the worst specialist they could have ever made it into the game, and I don't know what the fuck developers were taking on this one. Ajax is another example of what should not be in the game, but these two characters in particular make the game a whole lot slower because they incentivize camping and tactical play. That's what they meant for it. And adding it on top that this game decided for a 5v5 instead of the traditional 6v6 by default, the games are getting more boring. And if we talk about everything we've had so far in this game, we have a total of 12 specialists, 2 of them being DLC, 0 and the most recent one, Outrider, which is a reskin from Outriders Black Ops 3. But there's no need to talk about how Black Ops 4 is a complete collection of all Black Ops that we've been playing before. And this makes, once again, for this game have no originality whatsoever. Going on to the part of weapons, we don't really have a lot of choices. They told us that we can use all the attachments we want on our favorite guns, so they wouldn't be god gun. That's the explanation for it. But this shows laziness to update the game and the problems of the game, and I'm actually not a big fan of this system. I want to be able to use stock, quick draw, grip on every single gun that I like or that I want to run, but instead this game actually promotes you or makes you having to choose attachments that you probably don't like or probably you don't want, and you can't even run all the sights on all the guns. Example, if you want to run an ELO on an ICR, you can only run a reflex, and I don't think that makes for a good Call of Duty, at least in my opinion, and I'm not actually a big fan of this system. Also, having no guns to be tweaked because of balancing reasons keep the game stale, keep the meta on the same path, the same guns being used the same time every fucking time. In the end, it doesn't make any sense because if you would love to play a gun but you don't like the attachments on it, you're actually incentivized to not play that gun, right? Because there's no attachments for you to actually choose that you like for. So it makes the diversity to go away and it makes the game stale. So it keeps you from playing the guns that you would play more regularly and takes diversity away. So in the end, I hope I never see the system once again in Call of Duty. I think it's the worst system I've ever seen on a creative class slot.
Oh my god, he on X Games mode.
Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and guys, please don't forget that this is a part 1 of the part 2 series that we're gonna do in this Call of Duty topic video. So if you guys could please subscribe, it would mean a lot to me. And also, if you did enjoy the part 1, you'll definitely enjoy the part 2 video. So subscribe, hit the notification bell so you guys get posted, and the next video is going to be out on Thursday, 21st of March, 2019. And I really want you guys to share down in the comment section below your opinions. What's your opinion on what I did address in this video, and also other problems that you're having with Call of Duty. Also, if you're enjoying the game, that's fine. It's up to you. It's your opinion. This is only my opinion, okay? And only mine. You guys might share it, might not. It's up to you. And if you're a new Call of Duty player also, are you enjoying the game? What issues are you having? And what could make the game better? Let me know in the comments down below. And anyways, my name's Across, and I'll see you on the next one.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake. 'Cause I don't fucking care.